Hello, it's Deborah from the attic. As you can see today, I've got a whole load of watercolours in front of me, and the reason for this is because I want to add some more colour to my new work diary. So this is just a traveller notebook which I found a really simple way of converting to be a work diary. It slips into my larger journal cover. So I have all of my information together. This will include also my personal journal and a sort of what's beginning to be a junk journal. And it means that if I want to keep all of my information together, I put it all into the journal cover. If I want to slip this out into my handbag because I'm going to be attending meetings and I need to know dates of things, I just slip this out and it's really quick and easy to use. I've added a little coloured sticker to the front of it and a sort of an attitudinal statement, so it's good to go. I've been using watercolours to colour these little divisions between each day, and I want a nice purple to complete November. Now, I haven't been very happy with the colours that I did for November, but I thought, well, I've got one more November week to complete, so let's go and find a nice purple. I could do it with any of the pens that I have in my collection, but I've been trying to improve my understanding of watercolours and blending and how to get the most out of a minimal palette. So the box that I use, this was a little bit of a gift to myself before I went on holiday recently. These are some Daniel Smith half-pan watercolours. I made this little template to tell me what was in, how they would look when they were painted up, and these are the range of colours that I have. It's quite a limited palette, but there's quite a lot of information online about how you can blend these to get really nice colours. So what I've been doing to try and aid my understanding of mixing and blending and getting the colours that you want is I've been gradually making these colour charts, just to show me if I blend which colours, what do I get. And some of the colours are really pretty, but I haven't done anything for the colours that I want for November, because I want that sort of purpley, you know, that kind of spooky, Halloweeny, November-y purpley. That's the colour I want. What I've done is I've created a little card. This is watercolour card, and I've written down the side the colours that I want to blend, and then this side the two colours that this will tell me the two colours that I want to blend together. So for example, this is ultramarine blue, and I'm going to match it with quinacridone rose, which is one of my colours in my palette. And then the next one down is, I never know how to say this, let me choose a different one, is, no I can't say that one either, another one, ultramarine blue and Indian red. So what I'll do is I'll mix them and then I'll add them to my card, so I'll see what I can make with them. And the reason that I'm showing you this is because it's all sort of tied in with trying to learn about how to do some nice bullet journaling, and I'm mixing that in with trying to learn how to do better watercolouring. Not that I can watercolour, I don't paint well, but I'd like to use the colours. I'd like to know how to blend the colours. And since we're talking about these things at the moment, I thought I would just share. I'm going to move away the little cards that I have at the moment so I don't splash any wrong colour onto those. And I've got some water in my pot here. This is a pot that doesn't spill. The brush that I'm using I really like. It's a 3mm angled, and I hope you can see there it's got a nice angle on it and it makes for really good blending. I'm going to pop a little bit of water into each of my palette holes, I don't know what to call these, little palette spaces here. I'm going to take the ultramarine blue, which is this one here, and I'm going to add it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these palettes up in order of the way that I have them noted on my card. In the past I would never have bothered doing anything like this. I would just have mixed colours and crossed my fingers and hoped that I got something nice. Now I'm trying to be a little bit more scientific about it. I'm trying to understand it better, understand how colours work together. And this is the phthalo blue. Of course you have to make sure you put enough pigment in there that it will last for your experiment. First one is ultramarine blue. I'm just going to do a little line like that. Clean my brush. cerulean blue. That's how you say it. You say it exactly like that. Cerulean blue. Cerulean. And then my phthalo blue, which I think I can say. So all of these are quinacridone rose, which is this one here. And then I'm going to begin blending these. So I'm going to start with the ultramarine blue. Now, I don't have a scientific way of doing this. I'm just taking a little of this and mixing in with a little of the blue and just sort of seeing what happens. I'm not smart enough to get the different intensities working together. So I'm going to start with the lightest version, and I'm just going to try and add in darker versions. I'm going to continue filling in my colour swatches, and hopefully by the time I've filled in my whole card I will have found a blue that is perfect for what I want. I've completed my card and there's a whole range of colours in there. These look more suitable for moody skies, but somewhere in here I think is a purple that I want, and I think I need to combine ultramarine blue and quinacridone rose, and that's the colour. Probably something like this, a light purple. That's the colour that I want for my journal. And this is a fantastic way of getting used to not just any watercolours that you might have, but how they work together so that you can get more than just what's in a basic palette. I've made my perfect purple. It's a combination of ultramarine blue and quinacridone rose, and this is the colour in the middle here. This is my final week of November, so I only get to use this colour on one page. But I wanted to show you why I've been experimenting with watercolours, and it's because if you use them, as long as you don't flood your page with water, you can use watercolours in your journals, certainly on this thickness of paper. All I want to do is add a little colour in between each row to separate my days, but I need the colour to be light enough that I can write over the top of it. That's almost exactly the perfect colour. When I write on top of these, I'm using Unipin Fine Line. This is water and fade proof, and they're by Mitsubishi. The one that I'm using is dark grey, and this is 0.1, so it's a very thin, very fine nib end. So once my colours are dry, I can write my days of the week and my dates, and then I can begin December, and that will need a little bit more colour experimentation as well. I hope you found that useful. It was just a little chat, just a little drop in, so we can all continue to see how this bullet journaling idea is developing with my personal experiments. I hope it is of some use to you, and thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching, and until we meet again, take care.